Is none other than our president, Denika Carothers. She's Live with Purpose Coaching. She's a family and relationship coach to help people with their situations. She's been doing this about 15 years. And Denika was born in Freeport, Bahamas, and has been in Houston for about 11 years. She enjoys reading and listening to music and dancing. Activities volunteering with women and youth who are in transition and need help. She desires to help make the world a better place by helping people to see themselves as they were created. You didn't know about her. She's definitely afraid of frogs.
I was.
She was.
I was.
She went and got some counseling on that. She actually was so afraid of frogs, she was in a slow-moving vehicle and jumped out of the vehicle because there was a frog in the car. And to this key to success, always remember that with God, all things are possible, and by treating others the way you want to be treated. Now, Denika Carothers.
Thank you, David. I wanted to start my presentation this morning with a testimony from a client of mine. It's pretty long, but it was pretty powerful for me because when I came in working with these people, there was a lot of stuff. And one of the things that we experience in our life usually comes from our childhood and things that we've experienced in our childhood. So I talk about root issues a lot. And that's one of the things that sets me apart from my competition. I go straight to the root. But I do it in such a loving way because it's so important to me for my clients to feel safe. Because when you're exposing yourself, you really need to feel safe about it in order to get healing. It's no different than someone who has a physical illness in their body. You know, and some things, it might be with your private parts, you know, it might be things that you don't feel comfortable talking about. But in order for you to get healing, you have to be open to being vulnerable to someone. And so this testimony, it's a particular woman, and she has been wrestling with drug addiction for 10 years. And then she's married, and it was, you know, kind of like an arranged kind of marriage, someone that she didn't know. And so she had her issues from childhood, and she's coming into this relationship, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So I've been working with them for about 6 months now, and I just wanted to read the testimony. She says, Denika Carothers is extremely sincere, and I felt like she was so honest and real with me, which I feel made us connect so much. She connected to me, and I was so open and clear with her during my counseling. She is a guiding light and an angel. She helped me focus and remember things about myself that I forgot of, and shed so much light into how I can continue to heal and live my life to the fullest. Some people are gems, and Denika Carothers is a diamond. I wish more people knew about her. Her insight was amazing. I feel like she fixed so many of my previous ways of thinking and made me a positive person. She gave me confidence and coached me and my husband and helped our marriage. And I can never forget how much she has done for us. My husband clicked with her, and my family loved her. These days, people are so hard to click with, and it was a rare encounter to find a counselor like her to lift all of our spirits up. She brought us all out of darkness, and we have all benefited. And we're now working together to achieve peace, love, and happiness towards each other. And that's something that everybody wants in their life. But sometimes we can't do it by ourselves. So a coach helps you to be better. It's no different than a basketball coach or a tennis coach or a football coach. Having a coach doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. But I'm sure we can all agree that it makes you better at what you do. And so we might not play basketball. We might not play tennis. I am never going to go on a football field. Didn't even want my son to go on a football field. But we all live the game of life. And we don't always know what to do with the game of life. And so I want to do something a little different. Feel on the side of your chair. Put your right hand on the side of your chair, kind of feel under it. And if you feel a card or something, pull it out. Kristen, she got the card.
Yeah, $500.
So Kristen, I want to do a little coaching with you. this morning. I promise to be gentle. I'm not gonna expose all your private parts. But Kristen, what is your vision for your life?
Financial independence, where that comes as a result of helping others and inspiring others to be healthier.
Okay, so that's your vision for your life, so that means you haven't accomplished that yet. What's standing in the way of you accomplishing that? You.
Yeah.
What about you is standing in the way?
Fears that have always been there, that, are as a result, I'm sure, of childhood, my experiences throughout my life. Not just childhood, but,
Yeah,
everything since then.
that holds a lot of people back. What do you feel that you need to do personally to get past that obstacle?
I need to change my mind. I need to grow, change my mindset, and in order for me to, what's the term? You have to be better in order to do better. So I know that. It's a challenge of getting out of my own way, and I would muddle through the stuff to do that.
So did you hear the key things that she said? Fear. Most people deal with fear. That's why I mentioned what a lot of people don't know about me. I was deathly afraid of frogs. Like, it was ridiculous, because a frog is this, well, in Houston, y'all have frogs about this big. But in the Bahamas, our frogs get like about this big. And I was deathly afraid of frogs, to where I jumped out of a slow moving vehicle because there was a frog in there. I wasn't thinking. So fear causes us to do things without thinking. It causes us to feel ways that we really don't want to feel. And I realized one day, I said, Denika, this doesn't make any sense. You are this big and the frog is this big. What is the issue? And I realized that that fear was actually transferred to me by a family member as a child. So I didn't have any major dealings with frogs. I had no major encounter with a frog. But I had a cousin who was deathly afraid of frogs. And so I kind of absorbed her fear. And a lot of times we do things for attention as children. We carry it into our adulthood, and we don't know how to disconnect from it. And so it causes problems in relationships. It causes problems with us moving forward. It causes problems with us growing. So Kristen, what do you feel like you need to do to give yourself permission to move past those obstacles?
No idea.
And that's where a lot of people are stuck. They kind of have an idea of what they want for their life. They kind of have an idea of what's stopping them, but they don't know how to move beyond that stuck place into the place where they want it to be. The first thing we need to do is make a decision. A lot of times people will say, but it's so hard to do this and it's so hard to do that. And I really call people out on their words a lot and hold people accountable for the things that they speak, because speaking is powerful. The things that you say are powerful. You're creating in the moment that you speak. I say with our thoughts, we magnify, and with our speech, we solidify. So I always caution people to be really careful about what you say. But you can do anything that you really set your mind to. The first thing is to make a decision. So I made a decision to move past that fear of frogs, because the frog was gonna cause me to die. It's just like stupid, jumping out of a moving car, right? I made a decision that I needed to get beyond this. And then I was prepared to do the work. Sometimes I still get the heebie-jeebies. When I was walking one day and saw a frog this big, I swear to you, in Houston, and I was like, God, why are there so many varieties of frogs? But I moved past it. I did feel the initial, "Ugh." And that's how it is in life. But when you have somebody to help you move past those things and see the things that you don't necessarily see, and that's one of the powerful things about having a life coach. They help you to see things that you might not necessarily see, because we're focused in our stuff. Bringing somebody in from the outside helps you to see things a little bit differently. And so, if you don't know how to refer someone to me, but you feel like they need help, just give them a solution. Say, look, I don't know what you're gonna do with this, but this person can help you. And so what I have given everybody today is my launching pad, so that you know a little bit more clearer what it is that I do, because it's hard to refer someone if you don't really know what they do. And I'm really, really passionate about helping people in relationships in general, whether that's parenting, whether that's with parents, you're an older person now with your parents, or within the confines of a marriage or a partnership. So thank you so much for your attention. Hopefully you're a little bit more clear now about what I do and how to refer someone to me. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry.
What's, you know, it's easy to really, because I've ran into people and I've given them your contact information, believe me, they could very much use your help, but they never reach out. And it's not that, you know, I mean, I want them to reach out because it'd be able to help. Is there something that you have that can be given to them, for them to read, look at, or whatever, that might motivate them to take the next step other than just your contact information?
Well, I have my book.
Okay.
And then if you give me their information and you're not comfortable with them contacting me, I can also give you something
Okay.
to send to them.
Alright.
I have a lot of material.
Okay.
So that's a really good question, Ernie.
Okay.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you for that. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, welcome.
So you would rather, if we have somebody to refer to you and have a hard time getting someone to make the phone call,
Mhm.
just let you know that we have somebody and you'll send us materials?
Yeah, I will. And then ask them too if they're okay with somebody reaching out to them. Because sometimes you're a little bit hesitant to make the phone call, but you don't mind someone reaching out to you. And I do have a very unique way of making people feel comfortable in their stuff, because it's my intention. I want people to feel comfortable and I want them to feel safe and get the help that they need.